3I Atlas was spotted on 1st of July by NASA. Now, this comet-like object is racing towards the sun at over 133,000 miles per hour.
Sometimes, a single image can change everything. For centuries, we've looked to the stars thinking we had a handle on the basic rules of the cosmos. We see a comet. We expect a tail of gas and dust getting pushed away from the sun. It's celestial mechanics 101, as reliable as gravity. But what happens when something from outside our solar system shows up and seems to play by a different set of rules? A new image from the Hubble Space Telescope is giving us our sharpest look yet at our latest interstellar visitor, 3I Atlas. And it's forcing scientists into a fascinating debate. This object is moving incredibly fast. Its activity is kicking up some serious questions, and it's pushing some researchers to ask a question they'd normally keep in the realm of science fiction. Are we looking at a comet or something else entirely? This isn't just another space rock. It's a messenger from deep space that's challenging what we thought we knew. And the deeper we look into this mystery, the more our established models of the universe are starting to look a little shaky. On July 1st, 2025, a robotic observatory in Chile, part of the NASA-funded Atlas network, flagged a faint, fast-moving object. At first, it was just another blip in the data, with a temporary tag of A11PL3Z. But as observatories around the world locked on, a wild reality came into focus. The object's path wasn't a closed loop around the sun, it was a hyperbola, an open-ended trajectory that meant it came from the vast, dark space between the stars, and it was heading right back out there. The Minor Planet Center quickly confirmed its interstellar nature, and it got its historic name, 3I Atlas. The 3I means this is only the third interstellar object we've ever spotted. First came the bizarre, cigar-shaped Oumuamua in 2017, then 2I Borisov in 2019, which acted pretty much like a standard comet. And now, we have 3I Atlas, which seems to be in a league of its own. From the get-go, it was clear this visitor was different. When it was first discovered, it was a staggering 4.5 astronomical units away from the sun. That's about 670 million kilometers, out in the cold neighborhood of Jupiter's orbit. Yet even at that distance, it was already active and glowing. This was our first clue that something was up. A normal comet from our solar system is mostly water ice, which needs a lot more warmth from the sun to erupt into a glowing coma. This early activity suggested 3I Atlas might be made of more volatile stuff, like frozen carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide, that turns to gas at much colder temperatures. Then there's the speed. Astronomers clocked it entering our solar system at a reported 210,000 kilometers per hour, or about 130,000 miles per hour, making it the fastest interstellar comet ever recorded. That isn't speed it picked up from our sun. That's the velocity it carried in from deep space. This incredible momentum is a testament to a journey that lasted for millions, maybe billions of years. It's an ancient ghost, accelerated by countless gravitational nudges from stars and nebulae over cosmic history. Those first observations were just the appetizer. The real debate started when the Hubble Space Telescope took its shot. On July 21st, 2025, Hubble captured the most detailed image of 3I Atlas to date, revealing a teardrop-shaped cocoon of dust around a nucleus, too small to see directly. Hubble's observations pinned its size to somewhere between a tiny 320 meters and a more substantial 5.6 kilometers across. But it wasn't the size that caused a stir. It was the interpretation of that dust cloud. Official NASA descriptions mention a sunlit dust plume and the beginning of a tail, things you might expect. However, some astronomers, looking at the same data, pointed to something much stranger, a diffuse emission ahead of its motion, a kind of glow that seemed to face toward the sun. Let's be clear why that would be so weird. Cometary tails don't trail behind like smoke from a chimney. They're pushed by the sun. The solar wind and radiation pressure force gas and dust directly away from it. A tail should always trail away from the sun. So, a prominent forward-facing glow would be like a boat's wake appearing in front of it. While this isn't the official NASA finding, this controversial interpretation, championed by scientists like Harvard's Avi Loeb, has ignited a firestorm of debate, pitting our standard understanding of comets against some far more exotic possibilities. This is where the story splits. On one side, we have the search for a natural explanation. On the other, the cautious consideration of an artificial one. The mainstream scientific view is that 3I Atlas is a natural, if very unusual, comet. Scientists are working to fit its odd behavior into our models. One hypothesis to explain any unusual forward dust plume is that the comet isn't spinning much. This could create a permanent day side that gets superheated by the sun, violently shooting off dust and gas forward, a bit like a lopsided rocket. However, some early spectroscopic data created its own puzzle. It detected water ice in the coma, but showed a surprising lack of certain gas molecules that you'd expect to see carrying all that dust. This detail keeps the picture from being simple. Then you have the collection of anomalies, the high speed, the activity so far from the sun, and that controversially interpreted forward glow. This pileup of oddities has pushed some, like Professor Avi Loeb, to ask, what if this isn't natural at all? Professor Loeb argues that when an object defies multiple expectations, we have to consider every possibility. He's floated the provocative idea that 3I Atlas could be an extraterrestrial probe. Within that framework, a forward glow might not be a natural plume, but a cloud of small particles released as a protective screen against dust impacts at high speed. He has also pointed out that its trajectory will bring it relatively close to Mars, Venus, and Jupiter. Of course, this idea is highly speculative and isn't shared by most astronomers. They maintain that a natural explanation is far more likely. But the very fact that this debate is happening, sparked by data from our best telescopes, shows just how profound the mystery of 3I Atlas really is. This story is far from over. 3I Atlas is hurtling towards its closest approach to the sun around October 30th, 2025. As it heats up, its activity should ramp up, hopefully spilling more of its secrets. Our most powerful eyes are getting ready. The James Webb Space Telescope has observations scheduled to dissect the light from the comet's coma with its powerful infrared spectrographs. These observations are our best shot at getting a definitive chemical fingerprint of the object, telling us if its building blocks are like our comets or something totally alien. Meanwhile, other observatories, including space telescopes like NASA's TESS and SWIFT, will keep tracking its movement, looking for any tiny pushes not caused by gravity. One of the biggest mysteries of Oumuamua was its slight non-gravitational acceleration. If 3I Atlas shows the same effect, the debate is going to get even more intense. There's even been a bold proposal from Professor Loeb to repurpose the Juno spacecraft, which is currently orbiting Jupiter. He suggested that at the end of its mission, instead of crashing it into Jupiter, a gravitational assist could send it on a path to intercept 3I/Atlas in 2026. It's a long shot, but it's the only chance we'd have to see this thing up close before it vanishes back into the interstellar dark forever. 3I/Atlas is more than just a comet. It's a puzzle sent from another star system, a messenger from the deep, carrying secrets about where it came from. The Hubble image didn't give us a simple answer. Instead, it fueled a profound mystery. It revealed an object whose behavior is, at the very least, worrying for our simple models of how the universe ought to work. Is it a natural comet with a strange composition we've just never seen before? Or is it something else? A piece of technology silently passing through our cosmic backyard? Right now, we don't know. But as 3I Atlas gets closer to the sun, every telescope we have will be watching. As UCLA astronomer David Jewett said about this new era of discovery, this is now possible because we have powerful sky survey capabilities that we didn't have before. We've crossed a threshold. We are standing on that threshold now, staring at an object that defies easy answers. And whatever the truth is, 3i Atlas has already reminded us that the universe is far stranger and more mysterious than we ever imagined. This is a developing story, and we'll be following every twist and turn. As new data comes in from Hubble and JWST, we'll have the analysis right here. So make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our updates on 3i Sire Atlas. What do you think is going on with this interstellar visitor? Let us know your theories in the comments below.